I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks. Two Dicks talking from the web series The Two Dicks. Due to the pandemic, we're now the Talking Dicks. I'm Al Romas in Tampa. That's Al Ducharme on the West Coast. And this is in the mail right now. This little beauty. If you know cigars, folks, you know what this thing is.
That's a mighty fine one right there.
It's a big-time stick, and that was our bet. You had the L.A. Dodgers, I had the Tampa Rays, and they fell last night because one of the worst managing jobs in the history.
Oh, my God. I can't believe they took out the pitcher. I can't believe it.
Analytics, man. Analytics.
Yeah.
Some fucking math nerd scripted that game at 3 p.m.
That's crazy. He was dominating the game.
Horrible.
Sixth inning, 1 out. What did he get? 1 hit?
He threw 70 pitches. The last game of the year.
71 pitches. How many strikeouts? How many strikeouts?
He had 9 strikeouts out of 18 batters faced. They couldn't hit him.
Wow.
But some fucking math nerd said, nope, he doesn't go through the order 3 times. Go get him.
I would have definitely finished the 6th inning with him and probably went into the 7th.
Horrible. It was over. The minute he came out, you knew it was over.
Did you see him go, fuck?
Yep.
Fuck.
And the Dodger bench, they were giddy. They were like, fuck
thank
yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah.
They went into their bullpen. And,
a double.
Look how much pressure that puts on your bullpen when you're thinking, oh, he's doing well. He's doing well.
Well, so they take out the guy they can't hit. They bring in a guy who's given up a run in every appearance this postseason. This is just the worst move I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I am accepting the stick. I'm not, if you're trying to talk your way out of sending me.
No, it's in the mail. This is my own. I won this one on a bet with our friend Ralph Kim, a Patreon member, I should say.
And a Patriots fan as well.
Exactly.
And a Red Sox fan.
Let's be honest, if you're a Patreon member, you're seeing this video and you're seeing this stick. If you listen to the audio, you don't know what really we're
You don't even know what we're doing.
We're talking about.
And we're topless. Now. The 2 dicks are topless. You're missing out on that.
We want them to join the Patreon. I don't know if that's gonna. Scared that.
I'm putting my clothes back on.
Put them back on, sir. Right. And this beauty is a hell of a cigar. Ralph lost a bet with me on the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Right.
I won it. I got this one, and then today I bought one and sent it off already to Los Angeles. You'll be getting that soon.
I'm excited about that. Now, let's just be clear about this. I'm a Red Sox fan. I just happen to live in Los Angeles because of the biz. But when my team isn't in contention with anything, and I kind of go for the local team.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Yankees. But I moved out of New York. But you're a Yankee.
No, I get it.
He's a Yankees fan. Yeah. I'm a Red Sox fan.
I'm a Yankee.
But
it's just
seeing that most of the Red Sox players, not most, I'm making an exaggeration. Mookie Betts is worth 5 players. Also, Dave Robertson. Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts. Well, he played for
World
the
Series hero.
Red Sox playoff hero in 2004 against your Yankees in the playoffs. I call it the reverse sweep. We were down 3 games to zip on the verge of annihilation and elimination. We were being annihilated. He came in and stole a base in game 4. And we went on to win that. I say we because, I'm a Red Sox fan. We went on to win it. And then the next 3 after that into the World Series. The next 8. Was it 8?
Yes.
9.
They won 8 in a row.
Yeah, 8 in a row. I call it the reverse sweep. All the way to the World Series.
You call it? You call it that? You coined that phrase?
I coined it. And I was in...
I call it the reverse
I was at Mickey Mantle's bar, which is New York Yankee territory, with a bunch of New York Yankee fans. Joe Matarese. I was with Tom Cotter and Justin McKinney. We were all Red Sox fans, but Tom Van Horn was... he was backing up the Yankees there. So, it was a good feeling. But we had to be careful because we didn't want to get our asses kicked. Yeah.
Well, Mantle's, that was a great, what was that, on the Upper West Side?
Yeah.
That was a great bar.
Great bar.
Restaurant.
Great
bar.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still around, but maybe not.
Well,
but it was a good place.
I wouldn't.
Good
I
place.
wouldn't wear my my Red Sox hat in there though.
No. And I got a similar thing Monday night. This Monday night football is Giants Tampa Bay.
Wow, you're going to be torn.
I'm not going to be torn because the Giants are horrible, and I'm into the Bucks now this season.
Because you got Brady and Gronk. That's why.
Brady and Gronk playing great. So, and if the Giants were to win, it would be a massive upset. I think it's 10 points. I think the line in Vegas is 10.5. So, there's not much of a chance of them pulling it out. And I don't want them to win at this point. They won one game. Let's go for a draft pick. You know what I mean? What's the point?
Well,
Jets
are beating you out on that, aren't they?
The Jets winless. And they're playing Kansas City. And speaking of Vegas, Vegas has them at 20.5. Minus 20.5. If you pick Kansas City, they've got to win by 21 points. 3 touchdowns for you to win your money.
Well, why don't you make the bet?
I don't know how to bet on that one. What do you think?
You don't have a bookie?
You think the Jets are going to lose by 21?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why don't you bet? Put your money on the Jets, long shot.
You can't. How can you bet on the Jets? They'll lose by 80. How can you bet on the Jets?
They'll lose by 22.
Yeah, they're going to get killed. But
yeah, I know. But just in case, you got to remember. Go back a few years. Was it Green Bay was 16 straight undefeated, and then the Bills were horrible that year, and they came in and beat them. Maybe it was even another team.
Any given Sunday or Monday, I guess it could happen. But I would never put money on those Jets. They scare the hell out of me, and I think they're tanking it. Why not? They should. Although, did you see the kid who they want said, "I may stay in school next year. I may not come out."
What?
If the Jets,
well,
I may do my senior year.
If you have another abbreviated season, what was it? 37 games or 37% of the games are played.
Well, next season
of the regular season.
Normal.
Hey, what about Turner testing positive in the second inning and they pulled him out of the World Series, Game 6, Dodgers?
Yeah.
They pull him out because he tested inconclusive prior to the game.
Right.
And then he tested a second test positive. They yanked him out, and then at the end, he won the World Series. He came running out. He had his mask on.
They wanted him out there.
They had his mask on initially, but he pulled that shit off, started racing. Come on, it's the World Series during a pandemic. These guys are athletes. The thing is that they were in a bubble for 4 weeks. I'm looking at the light.
How'd he get it?
I should be looking in there. How did he get it? That if he was in the bubble, someone came in the bubble or someone left the bubble.
Right. Yep.
But I mean,
But
it could be a false. It could be a false positive test as well.
And people going nuts. I don't care. They knew he had it. They were okay with him being on the field with them, and that's fine. He's been there forever. What are you gonna do? He's gonna stay in the locker room by himself while they're all celebrating.
I'm surprised they yanked him in the second inning and made him sit in the clubhouse. It's there.
Well, realistically,
he's already there. Just say, everybody, put your mask on. And Turner, you stay in the corner and don't touch yourself.
No. If you want to go real, when that positive came in, the game should have been stopped.
It's the World Series, Game 6.
The game should have been stopped.
I don't want to go real. I think that
it should have.
They may have.
Baseball knew and didn't care.
They may have cooked the results by saying it was inconclusive the first
right.
time.
Baseball knew.
They may have known the night before that he was positive. The morning
Baseball
of.
wanted this over with. They wanted it over with last night. Yeah. They don't want, because that would have been 3 days. You'd have to wait, and then you go into Sunday, Monday. Baseball was like, no, we're done. Let's finish this up. I get it,
but what I'm saying was, whether or not it was manipulated by the office or the networks or
the office
politics,
of Major League Baseball,
somebody. The point being, they all agreed to this bubble for 1 month,
right?
And you agree because you got to remember, there's billions of dollars at stake. Careers of players, job creation.
We understand.
No, you understand because you're the smartest person on the podcast.
We all understand.
I'm talking to the layman out here on my level.
You assume our audience is dumb.
No, I don't.
Which you're probably right.
I assume that most of our audience knows, but it makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about. It's confidence. I'm trying to exude confidence, and you come in there, and you know what it is? I got the noose on my neck. I'm standing on the chair, and I'm like, okay, I can get through this. And you come out and you kick that stool out from underneath me every time.
Well, I just think they knew. Oh, that's a good visual. I hope you guys have a video.
Yeah, if you're listening to the audio.
If you're listening on audio, you missed. That was a nice visual there from Alfred.
Yeah.
Nice piece of act out. That would be called an act out in stand-up comedy. If
check out my Keith
comedy fans.
Check out my Keith Rayner brand. I was branded. Check that out. It has his initials. You got
his initials down there.
The guy from
on your sack.
He was just sentenced to 102 years.
120.
See. You know the facts.
I got a lot of free time. I'm
120 years. I'm thinking 80 years in, they got to go. Let's just let them go.
Yeah. Well, you can do 80 standing on your head. It's that last 40 that's I think that's gonna be tough. I think that might be tough for him. Hey, speaking of time, look at this.
It's time for
questions.
That's right.
Woohoo!
Without the video, you missed the whole waving of
the whole damn thing.
As
a Patreon member, our average is $10 a month, and we have some $5 a month people. And $5 you get a coaster, and you get all the exclusive stuff here. $10 a month, you get one of these babies. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but you can get one of these and a coaster.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
People love it.
People that can see it love looking at it. You get one of those. Yeah.
I use it every day.
Uh-huh.
Every day I use it, and it's not an old sweat sock if you think.
My gal and I actually have these right by the coffee maker every morning, and we have our coffee in it, and sometimes some afternoon Joe or just a beverage of some sort.
You can hold any beverage.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking earlier, we spoke of Patreon member Ralph Kimber III.
Yes, Ralph is a big supporter of the Talking Dicks. And
he filed a question for this week.
What do you got, Ralph?
Ralph would like to know, when was the last time the both of you were knocked down, drag out, drunk? What was the occasion? And did anything crazy happen? Well, you would assume something crazy happened if you're knocked down, drag out, drunk, I would think. But
question is, you and I together or separate? Did I understand?
I think it's separate. Just when was the last time the both of you, either? So let's go. I would imagine separate. Just sometime in your.
Yeah, because you and I together we've been drunk, but we weren't knocked down. We were drunk on a cruise ship. We were drunk. I just put a clip on the Patreon, and of course, if you're not a Patreon member, you wouldn't see it. But it was called "Lost or Missing Scenes" from the Two Dicks web series, and I put that scene on there where you and I are cooking a big steak out behind police headquarters, and we had a hangover. We definitely had a hangover. Our voices are raspy.
Well, that happened frequently. You would get into town, and we would have some cocktails or a dinner, or maybe a couple cigars, and then the next morning,
some of our best
put our suits on and get to work.
Some of our best work, I hate to say, and this is not an excuse, some of our best work was we'd have a hangover in the morning, and we'd shoot something, and it was crap. But then we'd have something to eat and have some Joe.
Right.
And we had coffee. So it was like that aftermath of the hangover when we were coming out of it is some of our best work.
That's right. The lunch soaked it in, and then some Joe, and we're energized. Let's do it. So let's go separate. I don't know if you have a knockdown, drag out, drunk. What was the occasion, and did anything crazy happen? I would just think mine, I think, was a couple New Year's Eves ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, New Year's Eve. I went to Vero Beach to perform at the Riverside, where I was last weekend. And I was with my friend John Consoli, who rented an apartment for the weekend for New Year's Eve. And I got there about 3 in the afternoon, and by 5:30, I was fall down, knocked down, drunk, and then we had a dinner, a big dinner at the hotel. I don't remember a goddamn thing of dinner, and we went back to the room, and I took a header.
Oh, you really did.
Just dropped straight down, and he thought maybe I was dead. He didn't know. Like, are you like one of those? Are you okay? Like, fuck. And I was able to just, I guess, threw me on the bed.
And had his way with you.
Had his way and checked on me in the morning to make sure I was still breathing. And that night I did 2 shows, and he said literally, like, he was in the back of the room watching, going, I can't, not only you're doing the shows and you're having a good set, like, you're alive. The whole thing blew his mind that I could, come to and do 2 shows that evening. But, yeah, that's probably my last time knocked down, drag out, drunk, New Year's Eve 2016.
Oh,
17.
okay. Because mine goes back so many years, I don't even remember when that would be. I remember having a few hangovers, certainly in the last decade, where I was like, oh, I should have skipped that last 2. But fall down, drunk, oh boy. It may have been on a cruise ship. Where I had like 3 days off towards the end, and I went down to the crew bar. And where the music, the DJ's there, and everybody's dancing. Everybody's half my age, and so everybody's sweating and they're smoking, and they go, "Let's do another shot." And I do one of those, and I think I just staggered, and I got into the freight elevator. There was a freight elevator, like you're not supposed to go on, and it's got the doors.
The fat chicks. Oh, right. I don't know. I'm just asking. Continue, sir.
Sir. That's what he says to me all the time. Sir. I staggered back to my cabin. I whacked my knee on the. I whacked my knee on the bathroom door jamb, and I remember it hurting, but I was so drunk, and it was like, oh, you son of a bitch. And then I woke up the next morning, and my knee, and I had a massive headache and a massive knee. And I remember the stage managers called me up and said, "Hey, you okay? You were pretty wasted." I said, "Yeah." I go, "But my knee's like this big." And he goes, "Oh, I have this stuff that I bought in Mexico. You can't get it in the States. I'll give you a tube, and you put it. It's a topical, and you put it on your knee." And I don't know what it was. It was a lube. And it was lube. I lubed up my own knee.
That wasn't for your knee, sir.
Well, I couldn't feel a thing.
That's right. He was just giving you something so you get. Forget about that knee for a while.
But that had to be at least, I would say, 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to at this age. You don't want to be knocked down, drag out. Start getting a little pathetic.
Oh, now I do. During the pandemic, I do.
Yeah.
But we're doing Sober October. We're observing Sober October. We have not had anything, and we were thinking about extending it until the holidays.
Oh, look at you two.
Because you get over that. You get over that point where, but we've been eating a lot of ice cream.
Oh, you two are wild. Bring it down a notch, Ducharme.
You know what she did? Bernie made. I had a brownie. I had a brownie mix. That had been out in the open, and I kept saying, I'm going to make them at the right point. And she got tired. Yeah. It was there for weeks out in the open, and she said, all of a sudden I could smell brownies cooking. And I go, hey, are you cooking brownies? She goes, yes. So she made the brownies, but she's not handy around the kitchen. She's a frozen food microwave person. And she was mixing, even though it was a box that had all the directions. So she put it in. It called for 21 to 22 minutes in the oven. So the bell went off, ding, and then she was outside doing something. So it sat in the oven for like another minute or two. So I took it out, and as I was taking it out, it shifted. It was like it was liquid underneath. And I'm like, did you mix this? Did you mix it?
You guys need your own show. The Adventures these are wild stuff going on.
Well,
Honey, did you mix the brownies? Did you mix the brownies?
I nearly scalded myself, and I had to put it back in, and
scalded yourself and scolded her.
And scolded her, and that's what I did. And then
you're not mixed.
we let the
never put my apron on again.
We let the brownies cool, and then we got out. We got out the whipped cream.
Oh, this is too much. This is too much.
You're missing all the visuals if you're listening to this.
We're trying to keep.
You're missing all the visuals.
Somewhat family oriented. This is a crazy story.
We are.
Whipped cream, brownies, no booze. This is what's going on.
And when she was mad at me,
Studio City.
When she was mad at me, I ended up getting crushed nuts.
Hey down.
Совещание начинается.
Subscribe.
Mary.
Go
to patreon.com/forwardthetwodicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money.
Why?